Hello, and welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Jameelah, and I am a master manifester, and I'm sure you are too, because you're watching content like this. The name of this channel is Holistic Manifesting, because I believe in the whole body, whole mind, and whole being experience when it comes to manifesting these amazing lives that we're choosing. What I'm discussing in this video is releasing the need to know what's next. Releasing the need to know what's next. If you think about our lives and you think about the way that we operate on a regular basis, everything that we do is always about the next moment and the next minute. Have you ever been sitting down to eat a plate of food and you had this beautiful meal in front of you and you were completely and utterly ravenous, like you were ready to devour that meal, right? And you started eating it. And pay attention to yourself if you've ever experienced this. How many times have you had one bite in your mouth and could barely hold yourself back from grabbing the next bite? When the bite in your mouth is not even completely fully chewed, it's not even completely fully savored, it's not even completely and fully left your palate yet, but yet you're reaching in for the next bite, right? I think about this all the time when I'm eating, and whenever I remember, I always get really conscious and I hold myself back for a moment so that I can savor each bite. And I take a deep breath, I think about it, and I'm like, yum, right? And by the time I finish that meal, the feeling that I have of satisfaction is so much bigger than the feelings that I've had with feeling almost satisfied when I've just devoured the food and then was like, okay, well, now I need something sweet. Well, now I need something to drink. Well, now I need more. You know what I mean? So that's how we kind of walk through life sometimes. We have these moments that show up in our lives. We have these experiences that we have in our lives. And sometimes there are things that we have prayed deeply for. There are things that we have desired for a very long time. There are things that we have had on our vision boards, that we've journaled about, that we've scripted about, that we've yelled from the rooftops to anybody who would listen about this particular thing. And when that thing shows up into our space, we are giddy about it for a little while. We're giddy about it for a couple of weeks, a couple of months, even for, depending on who you are, it may even be a little bit longer. But what I've observed more often than not is how quickly people move on to, okay, now what should I be doing next? What should I be paying attention to next? What should I be creating now? Now, this doesn't say there's anything wrong with always thinking about creating something and developing yourself, because being that forward thinker is how you got to the moment of that thing showing up. So you know that if you're doing it now, you're going to continue to create that life that you choose, okay? Because that's what we do. We create the beautiful lives that we choose. And so when we think about this, sometimes we're called to, in different moments in our lives, to be still. We're called to savor the current moment that we're in. We're called to relax into that moment and to enjoy the progress that we've made thus far. And while it can be hard because our brain is always gone, go, always trying to get to the next goal, always trying to get to the next accomplishment, always trying to get to the next experience. If we're able to be in charge and in front of these things, then we have the opportunity to truly sit back and savor what we want to experience. If you're somebody like me, I've been working a lot in my whole entire life. I can honestly say I've been working consistently since I've been about 15 years old, right? And if it wasn't doing one thing, it was another, always working. And so I've come to a portion of my life at this particular time to where what I'm doing now is very much so light work. I mean, it is the lightest work, the lightest lift I've ever had, and still been completely okay with the abundance that is being created in my life. And I will say this, for a while, I was caught up on, well, I need to do something. I need to make sure that I fill this space. I need to make sure that I create something, that I am earning my keep, right? Sometimes we get into that mode where we feel like if I'm not doing something, then I'm going to say to the universe, I'm going to say to the creator that I don't deserve what I have. But what it's teaching me is how to be a receiver of the things that I've always wanted to experience. And so many times in my life, I can look back at many different moments to where I was not a good receiver, to where something showed up, or I had opportunity to experience something, or I had opportunity to gain something, or to accept something that was a help to me. And I was a terrible receiver. And there were times in my life where I did, challenge myself, psych myself up to receive well. And the person or the people I was interacting with started treating me like as if it was a burden. So then in my mind, you get caught up a little bit and you start to think, yeah, I was supposed to be earning my keep. And that is not the way this kind of works. That's not the way the universe works. That's not the way source works. It doesn't work on how hard you work and how much you stump around and that's what you deserve. It works on what do you believe for your life. And when we start putting this intentional effort towards the things that we believe in our lives and they actually show up, we have to still be the people that believe that we should be experiencing it. So what I'm challenged to lately is to believe that I'm the kind of person that should be experiencing the level of ease and effortlessness that I've been blessed with in this moment. Because I thought about it long and hard, and I was like, it won't always be like this. I'm not saying that it's going to get worse or that things are going to be rough or things are going to be push and pull or whatever. But nothing in life stays forever. So just keep it in mind that it's not going to always be this way. The same thing that we say to ourselves when times are rough or times are challenging or we're getting results that we don't want to experience. If we can remember in the times where we have these little pockets or these moments to where, you know what? I can chill. I can relax. I can just be free. I can live the soft life that I've been yapping on about for many years, right? If we can just remain in that space and keep that mindset, we can truly get the most out of what we're trying to experience in this life. When we're most relaxed, when we're most happy, when we're most at peace, that's when we see the most creativity. That's when we see things that we can create. I'm always a firm believer that there are two extremes we can really create really well in. One of them is in absolute bliss, where your creativity is flowing, your life is easy, everything's going the way that you want it to go. Everything's not exactly perfect, but I mean, what does perfect even mean? But you can look at the vast majority of things and they're going the way you want it to go. And then there's the other extreme where things are just rotten. They're rock bottom. You're learning lessons. You're having all these tower moments. You're having all these experiences of discomfort that you don't want to have. And sometimes we can get caught up in only knowing how to create and experience life in that space over there. But I challenge you to look at life from the perspective of, can I be in bliss? Can I live in ease? Can I live in effortlessness? And can I still create the peace and the beauty that I want to experience in my everyday life? And I'm here to say that you can. And I'm also here to say that when you release the need to know what's next in your life, there's so much freedom in just the present moment and savoring the good things that you have happening at that moment. And remembering that those good things or whatever you're happy about or whatever you're joyful about, they won't always be there. Other good things will be there, but the way in which those things show up and the way that you experience them, it won't ever repeat itself. So if you're able to relax into the moment, release the notion of you have to have something planned next, you have to do something next, and sort of get into the flow of life, and you are grateful and you're appreciative enough to understand that these things won't always be available. It won't always be this way. You can find great joy and bliss in just like the everyday happenings of life, the everyday beauties of life, the everyday joys of life. You can truly savor and experience the things that you created and brought into your space that you've yet to have time to focus on because you've always been thinking like, what's next? What can I do? How do I earn my keep? And all of it's saying is that we're bad receivers sometimes. We have to learn how to be the type of receivers that we know receive the type of lives that we want to create. Sometimes people get annoyed with people who are really good receivers. And the reason why is because they show you how easy it is to accept things with love and with joy and with gratitude. And when we struggle with those things, when we struggle with savoring those beautiful moments, sometimes we look around and think like, how can they be so comfortable with that? Earn your keep, right? Earning my keep is being grateful. Earning my keep is savoring the moment. Earning my keep is sending out love and peace and blessings to all the people around me that I care about. Earning my keep is taking care of my children with love and appreciation. Earning my keep is taking care of my body, this temple that I was blessed with having. Earning my keep is making sure that I'm always being in a creative mode and developing myself and always giving my best version to the world everywhere that I go. Earning your keep is not always about grinding and hustling and working hard. There are moments in your life where it is, but I challenge you to pay attention to the moments when it's not. Release the need to know what is next and savor the current moment. I hope you all have a wonderful, wonderful day.